If every human suddenly vanished, how long would it take before the very last artificial light on Earth went dark? Let's start with the obvious. Most lights don't survive the first day. Not because the bulbs fail, but because the systems feeding them do. The global power grid is a balancing act. At every moment, power plants are matching supply to demand with a level of precision that feels almost ridiculous when you remember it's all spinning metal, boiling water, and miles of wire. Remove humanity and demand instantly drops, but not to zero. Fridges keep humming. Network gear keeps blinking. Office towers keep ventilating empty air. Loads go weird, fast. Power plants don't love weird. If frequency drifts too far, protective systems start tripping to prevent damage. Once a few big generators drop offline, the rest gets slammed with sudden imbalance, and you can get a chain reaction. Substations disconnect, lines overload, regions island themselves, and then blackout. In many places, that could happen in minutes to hours. In others, maybe it limps along longer, but the broad shape is the same. The big grids don't last. Fossil fuel plants are especially doomed. Coal stations need conveyors and constant handling. Gas plants rely on pressurized supply networks and active monitoring. Even if the fuel is technically there, the infrastructure is designed around people being on duty. After a few hours, maybe a day, most of those plants are either tripped offline or starved. What about nuclear, you might ask? Nuclear has plenty of fuel, but it has something else too. A deep fear of anything unexpected. Reactor safety systems are built so that if anything looks wrong, power disturbances, sensor faults, cooling anomalies, the reactor shuts down automatically. And if the grid is collapsing, the plant starts seeing wrong everywhere. So nuclear plants likely go dark quickly as well, even if they don't immediately fail catastrophically. So the world's cities go first. Skylines wink out. Streetlights die. Traffic signals freeze and fade. But that's not the end of artificial light, because not all light is tied to the global grid. Next up are backup systems. Hospitals, data centers, and telecom sites often have diesel generators that kick in automatically. Those generators can keep a building lit for hours to days, depending on the size of the tanks and how hard the systems are working. A few hardened facilities might make it weeks, but diesel is a timer, and eventually the timer hits zero. After that, you're left with the loners. The light's designed to live far from people. Some remote communities and weather outposts run on diesel too, and they might have bigger tanks. Enough for months if nobody's drawing much power, but the real contenders are the systems that harvest energy from the environment. If every human suddenly vanished, how long would it take before the very last artificial light on Earth went dark? Wind turbines are another slow burn. They're built to survive isolation. You can't babysit thousands of towers. Some could keep producing for years until the unglamorous enemy arrives. Lubrication failure. Gearboxes, brakes, yaw motors. Eventually something seizes or a storm hits at the wrong time, and the turbine locks itself in a safe mode that no one will ever reset. Then there's solar, the quiet overachiever. Solar panels themselves degrade slowly, often over decades. The weak points are the electronics. Inverters, charge controllers, and the batteries that smooth out night and clouds. Batteries self-discharge and age whether you use them or not. So most solar lights, street beacons, emergency call boxes, remote sensors would likely fade out over 10 to 30 years, and the best built ones might stagger on for many decades, especially in dry climates where corrosion and plant growth are slower. But what if we're playing last light strictly? Because there's one category that doesn't care about grids, diesel, wind, or sunshine. Radiation. Not the cartoon kind where barrels glow green, but the real thing. Particles moving fast enough through a material to kick out faint light. In certain conditions, radioactive sources can create a dim, steady glow in glass or water. Some self-powered safety signs even use tiny amounts of radioactive gas to make phosphors shine, slowly dimming over decades. And deeper in the world, inside thick shielding, inside storage casks, inside concrete vaults, sits a stranger lamp. High-level nuclear waste. Some waste products have half-lives around 30 years, meaning The brightness drops by half every few decades, but it doesn't hit zero for a very long time. After a century, it's still there, fainter, yes, but present. After 2 centuries, dimmer still. Yet in darkness, in the right material, it can keep producing that eerie, stubborn light. So, if every human disappeared today, the last artificial light probably wouldn't be a street lamp, heroically shining over an empty road. It would be something far less poetic. A faint, cold glow, sealed behind meters of concrete. Our most dangerous leftovers quietly lighting the dark for centuries.